this first part of our second home experiment. If you haven't already, check out our video for the do-it-yourself DNA extraction. In this experiment we're going to grow the bacteria that grow on our hands on a homemade agar plate. And for this agar mix you're going to need 250 milliliters of water and 1 tablespoon each of gelatin, beef stock powder and sugar. You can also use sheet gelatin. In this case use the same amount of water and prepare the gelatin in accordance to the instructions on the package. And you'll also need a saucepan and 1 or more airtight containers. So you first bring the water to a boil, then add beef stock powder and sugar and let it dissolve. Then you let it cool down a little, add the gelatin and let it cool down further, but not longer than 10 minutes because we want the mixture to stay hot and avoid contamination. You pour this hot mixture into the airtight containers. Put this into a fridge and let it cool and solidify overnight. And be careful that you don't touch the agar and leave the lid of the containers only open for a few seconds. So now it's time to remove the solid agar from the fridge and to touch it with whatever you want. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to touch it with 1 washed hand, 1 unwashed hand, and with a cotton swab that I rubbed against my phone. So I'm going to start with the cotton swab for my phone. So I'll try to transfer the bacteria onto the gelatin. I hope it's going to be enough. Next, the unwashed hand, the same container. And the washed hand. Hi, welcome back. The bacteria have grown now for 5 days, so let's look at the results. So this was the container for the unwashed hand and for the smartphone sample. And as you can see, there are many green spots on the unwashed hand one, and also a few larger red colonies. The same green spots are also found on the smartphone sample, but to me the green spots look more like mold than bacteria, so fungal growth. Interesting. For the washed hand sample, looks similar to the unwashed hand sample, so the same red spots are visible. Here we see more like a layer on top and the green spots. So my guess would be that the red ones are bacteria and the green ones are mold. So on the smartphone sample, actually there didn't grow any bacteria, it seems to me. maybe the transfer didn't work. Bacteria and microorganisms are ubiquitous, but normally we can't see them as they're so small and dispersed. On our homemade growth medium, however, they can divide repeatedly and assemble into visible colonies, because on the medium there are many nutrients that the bacteria can use as food. The bacteria and fungi growing on the plate will most likely be harmless, but as a precaution you can just throw away the entire thing without opening the container. So thank you for watching and participating maybe. See you for the next experiment and check out our gene education videos. Bye!